At Poppy, I am Allison and I'm excited to create a bouquet with you guys. I got lots of beautiful ingredients. Wanted to show you the mondials. I opened them up manually. They were a little bit tight, so your product's super fresh, but I opened them up. They're looking beautiful. Same thing with your shimmers. Stunning product. Today, the bouquet that you guys sent, I would say that it is traditionally shaped with some garden style elements with the greenery. I've decided to go with a holly chapel egg to create the armature. I'm really big on hiding mechanics, but I just would like to use it to get good spacing on the flowers. So I'm gonna start by building up the shape with the greens. We have this beautiful Nandina here. I'm going to pull it through, kind of start creating the shape because this bouquet has some wild whimsy to the sides. So kind of mimic it on the other side, pulling it again through the holly chapel egg. So we're starting to build that shape. So the shape's coming along. I'm also using a mirror. I always design with a mirror. It's just super helpful to see what you are doing. Okay. So this is some, we call it local smilax. For the event I'm working on this weekend, I have some southern smilax in, which is always fun. It definitely gives it that whimsical garden style feel. So the image that you sent, it'd probably be what I would consider a hybrid, like not completely garden style, not completely round and traditional. It kind of lends itself to a hybrid of the aesthetics. Okay, once I kind of have my shape, I'm going to continue like filling it in with blooms, making sure again with that decision to use an armature that I want to make sure that my mechanics are being covered. Pulling my blooms through. There is a little bit of dimension to this bouquet. Just a little bit though. I'd say most of the blooms are kind of on the same plane. Again, I blew them open because they look beautiful like that. It shows the roses that you picked for this design have a lot of ruffles. So you want the ruffles to show. So I have my full-size roses in there. I'm gonna go ahead and like add texture and interest with the spray roses. They're beautiful. These ones have a lot of buds, so sometimes you could decide to remove the buds, or I decided to keep them on because I thought they looked really beautiful. So because this bouquet has a more traditional shape, making sure that I'm placing front and back. Alright, so I see that there's kind of a little hole in the front, so I'm going to go ahead and bring an anemone in there. These are beautiful with the blush undertones. I love them. Bring it in nice and focal. Start with 3 and kind of look at it. Here's my Lizzie Anthus. I did decide to remove the buds on this one, so you can see that I processed them a little bit more, so it's just kind of the focal blooms. I feel like that's an aesthetic preference as well. Just with this particular design, when I'm studying that image, I noticed that the designer didn't leave the buds on, so I decided to go ahead and remove them. We're getting close to the inspiration photo. I still have quite a bit of blooms left over. So I'd be curious to know if you would recommend like continuing to fill it. Just kind of like, ooh, I like that. So we have some like layering in the front. My Nandina's kind of going a little bit wild. When I was reading your information, I really liked that you were talking about caring for the workers in the floral industry, trying to have more sustainable practices and paying your laborers a fair wage. I think that aligns with my values as well, and I appreciate that that's something you guys are trying to do. This one continues to want to shift a little bit. Just kind of checking my placement in the mirror. pull a little bit of green through the top. I just think that looks beautiful, kind of softens the look a little bit. Especially where we have this like pop of white here, kind of break it up. Give the eye like a gentle place to rest. All right, I feel like that looks beautiful. Pretty similar to the aesthetic that you're going for. I'm gonna go ahead and tape it off, put some ribbons on there, and send you a picture.